to filling up reading the news, episode number 155. In the chat, there's Evil Dead Ed. It says, Waka Waka chat, been a while. It has been a while. Yeah, it has been a while. How have you been? Hopefully things are going well your way. I hope it is. Actually, where's Green Thunder?
Oh no.
This is one of the things I can see what I'm trying to do, but at the same time, I don't think kids should be learning about this. And it's such a little kid show. Sesame Street to cover addiction with new Muppets, are we? It's just me that thinks it's wrong that kids should be like kids should not have to learn about this kind of thing.
Well, that Muppet definitely looks like it's on something anyway.
Yeah, that was the point. Maybe it's like Oscar the Grouch's daughter or something. The organization behind the children's TV show Sesame Street is said to reveal that one of its Muppet's mothers has an addiction.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah. Carly was introduced earlier this year as a puppet in foster care. See, the foster care one, I don't have a problem with that. Necessarily, I mean, that happens.
Yep.
She is said to reveal that she was placed in foster care as another had a grown-up problem. So addiction's a grown-up problem, isn't it? About 5.7 billion children in the US live with a parent who suffers from a substance addiction, according to the Associated Press. I wouldn't have thought it was that high. I mean, I know the US is pretty big, but that's still a pretty large number.
Well, people dealing with addictions?
I imagine most of the time it's alcohol.
Illegal drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, tobacco.
Yeah, if you see from the tobacco, shouldn't really count that.
Well, to a point, caffeine and sugar are addictions. So if they're really going to sit and inflate the numbers, they can really inflate the numbers. So.
Yeah, so I imagine they probably are including they're at least including alcohol anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Carly will tell her story on Sesame Street's In Communities project, which is run by Sesame Workshop, the non-profit organization behind the show. In recent episodes, Carly tells Elmo, I'm going to puppet about her mum's meetings and the special kids. Only meetings where she gets to spend time with other children who are going through the same experience. Elmo's father, Louie, also explains what addiction is. Hello, James Woodwright. It just me who thinks a kid shouldn't know what addiction is. Like the whole point is a kid shouldn't have to know about this kind of thing. Until they're at least like a teenager. By then you'll have probably seen it.
That could be argued. I don't know.
I
don't really have a problem with the addiction thing. I think if I were to have any problem with it, it's the fact that they waited until after the LGBT character to actually do it.
Well, an LGBT character as well.
Oh, they've got an LGBT. They've got an autistic puppet. They've got
the autistic one. I don't mind. I've got no issue with that one.
I don't mind the autistic one either. The problem I have is their priorities, I guess.
Like, obviously, like, yeah, having characters like autism and learning disabilities and stuff, that's fine. But for me, like LGBT and addiction and things, I'm not. If it was me, I wouldn't want my kid. I wouldn't want like a really little kid watching that.
Well, the
Yeah.
reason they do it is because there is kids that watch the show and do have those problems.
Yeah, that is my point. I don't think a kid should have to know about that, though.
Oh, I agree, but your kids are smarter than what you think, especially if their parents are that way.
Like, I can understand like an older kid still having like displaying people having problems with drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know over here we used to have a TV show that had, like, kids that had problems with drugs and alcoholism and stuff, and that was fine. But really young kids, the episode where Ernie gets herpes is hard to watch. Yeah, that sounds like fucking Bert, doesn't it? Hey, you should have used the condom when you stuck it up Bert's arse then. Addiction substances such as opioid is a huge problem in the US. According to the US Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 399,000 deaths between 1999 and 2017 were linked to opioids. About 192 people die from opioid overdose in the US every day. Shane Weston, the president of Social Impact and Philanthropy at Sesame Workshop, said the addiction is seen as a grown-up issue that impacts children in ways that aren't always visible. Having a parent battling addiction can be one of the most isolating and stressful situations young children and their families face. Thing is, like, you could have just had a kid like who lives in like foster care or whatever. You could have just had that, and so you didn't have to add addiction to it. At least in my opinion, anyway. Sesame Street has been a childhood favorite since 1969 and runs on American public broadcaster PBS as well as cable channel HBO. Last December, the show introduced a 7-year-old homeless puppet called Lily. Lily told viewers she had to leave the house behind because I've behind them and staying in different kinds of places since. Okay, right. That one I don't get either, because how often do you see a homeless child? Oh shit. Welcome back.
Thank you.
In 2017, I introduced an autistic puppet called Julia to the show. Again, no zero. It also featured children who have been bullied and also children who have parents in prison. So yeah, I'm not really keen on that one. Moving on. Time for a more lighthearted one anyway. Drunken man spotted walking through Paisley naked from the waist down apart from his trainers. Paisley Sheriff Court heard John Lindsay had no trousers on in public. A man has been convicted of public indecency when he was spotted wandering around Paisley minus his trousers. Tanked up John Lindsay, 49, sparked uproar when he was clocked walking in the town's Story Street by householders and eyewitnesses with his private parts and bottom clearly on display. Paisley Sheriff Court heard Lindsay had been drinking at a friend's house, and had been thrown out of the property. Improperly dressed after the pair had fallen out. I'm going to say it was more than just a friend's house. In fact, I can guarantee it was more than just a friend's house if that's the case. I think I know what happened there. I think he went to woman's house for a drink, wanted to get his hole, and then realised he didn't get his hole, and so ended up in an argument. That's what happened there.
She locked him out.
Yeah. Procurator Fiscal Deputy Ruth Cockburn. Well enough, he didn't get his cock burned. Although I think, to be honest, he probably hoped he did. There was no shirts, no shoes, no service signs, do neglect to mention pants. You know, to be fair, he had shirts and shoes on. He just didn't have any trousers. I mean, technically, what he could have done is he could have like used his like t-shirts, like makeshift boxers or whatever. Technically, I mean, you could do that. You look a bit weird, but you
Oh, Mandy's got a point there. All these no shirts, no shoes, no service signs, they do all neglect to mention pants.
Does that mean you can come in like half naked? Around 9:50 p.m., witnesses Mark Campbell and Joanne Haney were in their living room. Witness Campbell looked out of his window, and he saw the accused wearing a jacket, t-shirt, and training shoes. The witness said it wasn't clear whether the male was wearing any trousers. Well, that doesn't really help anything, does it? You're trying to convict the man because you claim he was walking around half naked. Yet you also say you don't know if he was wearing trousers. I assume that's because it was in the dark and you couldn't really tell, but where are you a witness then? The witnesses, Haney and Campbell, observed the accused outside the property at Story Street when he sat down and removed his training shoes. At that point, witness Campbell noticed the accused was without any clothing on his bottom half. He could clearly see his penis and his buttocks. The card Lindsay got up and walked around the communal garden and public footpath, plainly obvious to what effect his lack of clothing was causing. I mean, to be fair though, if he got kicked out before he got his boxers and before he got his boxers and his trousers, then it's not really his fault, is it? Like, what do you expect him to do?
Maybe he'd wrap his jacket around his waist.
Maybe, I guess that would, yeah. You look a bit weird, but it wouldn't be as bad. Fiscal and another witness, Miss McLean, had been on her way from shopping when she saw the accused on the footpath. She was aware he was not wearing any trousers and could see his penis as he was walking past. Yeah, I think my theory about him wanting to go there to him going to a female friend's house is probably valid. Witnesses reported Lindsay to police, who traced him quickly. Officers found him at 10:15 p.m. and questioned him why he wasn't wearing any clothes on his bottom half. Because if this was like 5 in the morning, you probably would have got away with this.
But not during The Simpsons.
I know The Simpsons is on pretty much all the time over here, so.
All right, fair enough.
Like sometimes Simpsons just comes on at random times in the morning, so yeah. He could not offer any reasonable excuses about why he was not wearing any trousers or underwear and was arrested, cautioned, and charged. Yesterday, Lindsay appeared from custody when he pleaded guilty to the charge of public indecency in Paisley on the 29th of June. Defense agent Terry Gallagher, fuck knows, probably should be able to pronounce that name, but I can't. So he'd been drinking with a pal in a flat, and he went for a shower. His friend decided he was not welcome and put him out. His friend decided he wasn't welcome and put him out. I feel like there's more to the story. Why was he taking a shower at a friend's house? It might have been because his friend maybe he lived like far away. Maybe he just got off of work and didn't have the time to get a shower in his own house. I guess I don't know. He couldn't find his trousers. They weren't camouflaged. He would like to apologize. He is mortified. He is deeply embarrassed. So why is there only 4 people watching this? I feel like I killed my channel. I'm not streaming for a while.
Well, it is Saturday.
Yeah, but Saturday usually doesn't do that bad. Since there's nobody watching this, I can reply to the DMs. Hey. Doo-doo-doo. So then, since there's 2 Americans here, I'm going to talk about guns. I should bring in some of the Americans. Canada adopts the nation's broadest gun seizure laws.
Yeah, I heard about all that.
Yeah, it seems okay to completely go against your Second Amendment. And it's California, so no one's really going to care. Although they will all of a sudden start caring about the Constitution when it goes against them, won't they?
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the word. California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, signed 15 gun-related bills into law Friday, tightening the state's already stringent Second Amendment restrictions. Which really any kind of restriction on the Second Amendment restricts pretty much like what's the word? Fuck. Any kind of like law against the Second Amendment, like he's going against the Constitution. So.
I highly see this coming back and maybe biting him in the ass. Problem is, by the time it goes to the rounds in the federal court, Newsom's long going to be out of the governorship.
Yeah. Because I assume the federal government has the power to overrule the states, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of having a federal government.
Well, the thing is, it's very... The federal government is very inconsistent about what they want to enforce and how they want to enforce it. Depending on what the nature of politics is right then and there.
One of the bills. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, any kind of gun seizure or red flag law violates the oh God, was it first, fourth, fifth, or first, second, fourth, fifth amendments?
I don't know
And
how that works.
it can actually be argued maybe 13th Amendment too. Maybe.
So how does that work then? Because like the first one's free speech, second one's obviously guns.
Because it's already happened. I think this was down in Florida actually, where red flag laws are being invoked to confiscate weapons from people who put up a post or a meme or something on the internet that someone didn't like.
And Manny wants to know what a red flag law is.
A red flag law is somebody says, or say Mandy, if I were to go up to a judge and say, I think you are a danger to yourself or somebody else because of your firearm, the judge can sign an order to allow the police to come confiscate your firearm. Now, here's the thing: at the hearing where the judge it decides to issue or not to issue this order, you are not allowed at. You are not able to defend yourself, and your chances are it's going to happen without your knowledge. And then afterwards, you have to actually go prove that you are "quote unquote" worthy to own a gun.
That violates the constitutional right there because you have a right to face your accusers.
Mm-hmm. Which is part of the fifth.
Right.
And does someone move their hand up and down there? So someone move
Yep.
their arm.
It was a kid. Kids
Hey,
and pretty girls.
And it doesn't matter how tough of a truck driver you are. Some kid pumps her fist, you blow your damn horn.
Yep.
Hello, Red Feather. They'd have to find my firearm first. I don't like the idea that you own guns.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. I think he's up.
His wife called him.
Ah.
Ironically, Mandy, that wasn't me that blew the horn. It was Crappy.
One of the bills that expands the so-called red flag law to allow co-workers, employers, and educators to seek violence restraining orders against firearms. As firearm owners feel they are in danger, they fear they are a danger to themselves and others. Was vetoed twice by Newsom's predecessor, Jerry Brown. Newsom also signed a companion bill allowing the gun violence restraining orders to be gun violence restraining orders to last 1 and 5 years. Although the gun owners could petition to end those restrictions earlier, the bill also allows judges to issue search warrants at the same time as they grant orders. The warrants can be used immediately if the gun owners are served with the relinquish orders but fail to turn over firearms or ammunition. California has outperformed the rest of the nation because our gun safety laws and reducing gun murder rates is astoundingly compared to the national reduction. Newsom said he has signed measures surrounded by state lawmakers. No state does it as well or comprehensively as well as the state of California. And we still have a long way to go. I know what they mean by that. Rather than just ban guns outright, but it's going to be bit by bit, they're just going to slowly get rid of your right to own guns.
Because, like it or not, most people will not let them get away with an out-and-out ban, but they will let them get away with this slowly chipping away at it.
Yeah, that's their plan. Between 1993 and 2017, the latest available, there was a 63% decline in the gun murder rate in California, nearly double the 34% nationally. Yeah.
How did they change their
For Ron
statistics?
Paul like 10 years ago. What was that, sorry?
Usually, when they talk, when they start talking statistics like that, the statistics are doctored somehow. I would like to know how they did it.
Give me 2 seconds.
It's not going to tell you. It's not actually going to tell you. It's like the thing is this sharp. Remember, they've been talking about the sharp incline of mass shootings in the U.S. in the last several years. The thing they never mention is what was considered a mass shooting when Clinton was president. It was 4 people killed in a single shooting. Now it's more. Now it's 2 people hurt to be considered a shooting. So if 2 or more people dies, it's a mass shooting. Where 20 years ago, 4 people had to die before it was called a mass shooting. So it's not any great rise or fall in actual violence. It's how they count it.
Yeah. Also, yeah, man, I feel like America missed the thing when they should have elected Ron Paul.
Mandy's not wrong. I voted for him.
Do. Oh, I'm fucking. Well, I'm gonna be doing that right. Co-workers who went to request a gun violence restraining order will have to have sustainable and regular interactions with gun owners and co-workers, and skilled employees will need to get their approval from their employers or skill administrators before seeking a restraining order. What's a gun violence restraining order?
I'm afraid he's going to shoot me. That's it. That's all it is.
Right, so you could literally just go up to anybody and say, that guy's going to shoot me. Please keep him away from me.
They'll sit. The people in favor of these kind of things will sit and tell you, no, it's not that silly. What? Yeah, it can be.
And right inside it says all the mass shootings happen in gun-free zones.
Well, you can't.
Those seeking orders will be required to sworn statements detailing the reasons for doing so. And that law could go very badly in the wrong hands. The American Civil Liberties Union opposed the bill, saying it poses a significant threat to civil liberties because a restraining order can be sought before a gun owner has an opportunity to speak the request. In Montana, everyone is heavily armed and drunk, and there are no mass shootings. It's weird. Well, because you're all heavily armed and drunk. If I was going to take a
30-mile drive to get to your neighbor's house, so.
I mean, if I was anywhere, I wouldn't want to go. If I was anywhere, I wouldn't want to start a mass shooting in a fucking place where everyone's drunk and heavily armed. I feel like that's a terrible idea. Additionally, those making a request under the new law may lack the relationship or skills required to make an appropriate assessment. And the bill's offer Democratic Assemblyman Phil Tain of San Francisco cited the recent study finding that gun restraining orders may have helped prevent 21 mass shootings. With the University of California, Davis researchers cautioned it is impossible to know whether violence would have occurred.
You have.
Well, it would have occurred, actually. The NRA and its state affiliate, the California Rifle and Pistol Association, opposed new restrictions, according to the LA Times. The laws will take effect January 2020. The governor also signed a law which will limit California's purchasing one long rifle per month, according to the Sacramento Bee. And well done, you probably just put a few gun shops out of business.
A lot of gun shops are actually going out of business already because I'm trying to remember if it was this year or last year, but they actually California at this point, you actually have to go through a background check to buy ammunition. And the big problem is that nobody can answer how to fill out the background check.
So you can't buy onion ammo, there's no point in buying a gun. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're making they made it a law that you have to go through a background check through the state to buy ammunition. Problem is nobody knows how to run it. So nobody is getting these background checks.
Isn't there also a limit on how much ammo you can buy at once?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
I think there is. It's a couple boxes.
Yeah, the law expands the current legislation that applies to handguns and will prevent people under 21 from purchasing semi-automatic rifles and similar firearms, which again is also unconstitutional. And this whole fucking thing's unconstitutional at this point.
The only thing they're definitely doing is proving why the Second Amendment is there.
Pretty much the point in having a document that protects your rights when they can quite easily go against it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the measures tweak the state's current laws and improve implementation, according to Amanda Wilcox, spokeswoman for the Brady campaign to prevent gun violence. Ting also has a companion bill which will allow gun owners starting next September, who are subjects of restraining order requests to file a form with the court saying they won't contest the request and are surrendering their firearms under current law. Even those who agree to give up their guns must go through a court hearing, which Ting says wastes time and resources. It does beat your California, so what do you care about wasting time and resources for? Yeah, time and resources means nothing to you. Your government. What do you care?
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on.
We lost Crappy.
He's either in a bad area or he must have had a phone call.
Oh, yeah. Duh. I'm smart.
And people say the West is homophobic. I raise you Africa. Uganda announces kill the gays law imposing death penalty on homosexuals. Yeah, they're so progressive, aren't they?
Yeah.
Uganda has announced plans to impose the death penalty on homosexuals. The bill, colloquially known as Kill the Gays in Uganda, was nullified 5 years ago on a technicality, but the government said on Thursday it plans to resurrect it within weeks. The government says legislation would curb a rise in unnatural sex in the East African nation. Homosexuality is not natural to Ugandans, but there has been a massive recruitment by gay people in schools, and especially among the youth, where they're presenting the falsehood that people are born like that. I'm not going to get into that.
Probably better off not.
Yeah. The country's ethics and integrity minister Simon Lakodu told the Thomson Reuters Foundation, "Our current penal law is limited. It only criminalizes the act. That's limited, isn't it? So yeah, you're gay, therefore you must just die then, according to you." Fantastic. The thing is, where are all the LGBTQ people complaining about this?
They're too busy yelling about their pronouns. Well, actually, the thing is, they can't go over to Uganda to protest because, well, you know, they showed up dressed like a woman, and their ID says that they're a man. So, sorry
Yeah,
about your luck.
You think, if you're an advocate for like gay people and transgenders and bisexuals and stuff, you would think you'd be up in arms about stuff like this.
Huh? You expect people to show up and protest where they might actually get hurt? Huh? First world problems.
I think they bitch about it on Twitter at least. I know Uganda's a fucking third world shithole, but still.
Yeah, but Uganda's not run by Orange Man.
I guess when it comes to Africa, it's just like we want to make it clear that anyone who is involved in promotion or recruitment has to be criminalized. That kind of just recruitment. Is that just like a gay person chatting up another gay person? Is that what that is? Is that like just flirting, basically?
I guess.
Like, what the heck kind of recruitment to these people?
Probably like the damn Salem witch trials. I saw a man with a dick. Yeah.
We had a copy, now he's gone again.
Uh-oh. I saw a man give another man a hug. Kill him.
Yeah, it's just any kind of infection. Like for example, like a father hugs his son. Could that be mistaken as being homosexual because you don't know if it's father or son necessarily?
I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't doubt it.
And those that do grave acts will be given the death sentence.
I think I think the big problem with the LGBT is, unfortunately, now here's the problem I'm seeing. As long as countries like Uganda do shit like this, it gives the LGBT people who and scream about politics in the U.S., it gives them ammunition to scream and argue and act like the U.S. is like that. The problem is they're not going to sit there and put their money where their mouth is and go protest over there, where they actually have something to lose.
Yeah, they'll probably die if they're even allowed into the country.
Yeah.
You think that you use things like this to forward that agenda, saying like there's still places that hate gay people.
Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I'm not gonna sit and question Uganda's. I'm not gonna sit and question Uganda's motivations for doing it, but as long as it exists, they've got teeth. The LGBT has teeth.
Because in the West, they don't
I mean-
really have much of a problem.
Right. See,
Oh.
because the thing is, I mean, in the same in the same sense, in the same sense, the people that are, people can sit and talk about the LGBT in the U.S. and say, "Oh, gay marriage is legal. Gay marriage is legal." Yeah, but but actually taking place in a homosexual act is still illegal.
Is it?
So you can marry a man, you just can't screw him.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, I don't think it is
Sodomy
over
law.
here.
Sodomy laws, they are so broad that sodomy laws are so broad that anything that is not tab A and a slot B is illegal.
Worst destination for holidaymakers. Who decides to have a relaxing getaway in Uganda? I have no idea. We need to slide Scotty on a conveyor belt of crushed glasses naked. And yes, I wrote cryptic. Yep, they will.
Well, Cryptic, the only problem I see as far as putting him on a conveyor belt of crushed glass is the glass would actually travel with him too. So it'd be just like a bed, not a scraping motion.
You play better off like hanging me, like you play better off like hanging me like on like rope or whatever than like let the conveyor belt pass over me or pass under me. Well, I'm just like low enough to get like
That buzzsaw effect.
yeah. And like gradually as I get more and more cut up, just lower the belt so eventually I get like more cut up into my organs and stuff.
Like sandpaper on crack. I like it.
Yeah, see, Cryptic, I'm doing your job for you. Where's Scotty Streamlands? My Streamland is in the description, Mandy. Yep, they will just chuck a spear and move on. Chuck a spear out and move on with their day. Yeah. Mr. Lokudu said the bill, which has the support of the country's president, Yovira Foreign, will be introduced in Parliament in the coming weeks. He's expected to be voted on. He said it was expected to be voted on before the end of the year. Ministers was optimistic the bill would pass, with the necessary 2/3 of Parliament members present, he said, as the government had lobbied legislators ahead of its reintroduction. Uganda's constitutional court overturned the law formerly known as Kill the Gays bill because it includes the death penalty on a technicality in 2014. Uganda faced widespread international condemnation, and the previous bill was signed off by Mr. Museveni in 2014. If the signing off, United States reduced aid, imposed visa restrictions, and cancelled military exercises. The World Bank, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and the Netherlands also suspended or redirected aid. Yeah, you know what, fuck them. Like, shouldn't be getting aid to begin with. Mr. Lakodu said Uganda was prepared for any negative response as a concern, he said. Uganda can suck it. Agreed. Let's get a fuck Uganda in the chat because especially if there's any gay people in the chat because Uganda clearly doesn't like you very much. Like, what's the only thing that says you come out of Uganda? What that fucking? There's a music video and a film. That's all I see. That's all I know.
Well, let's be fair about one thing. At least we'll just say, according to the AIDS rate in Africa, they do have a little bit of a reason to be worried. Just saying.
It was not debunked like several years ago that it wasn't just gay people. I mean, that's more
Well,
of
yeah.
a contraception issue, not a,
Mm, yeah, it's more of a contraception issue, but I mean, it's still wrapping amongst the homosexual community.
you know, that's lack of education, lack of access to contraception. I don't think that's necessarily to do with gay people.
Yeah.
But we are ready. We don't like blackmailing. Much as we know this is going to irritate our supporters in budget and governance, we can't just bend our heads and bow before people who want to impose a culture which is foreign to us. Yeah, but, you know, they say mosquitoes can spread AIDS. I don't believe them. Under
It's
British colonial law, gay sex in Uganda is punishable up to life in prison. Of course, they have the fucking British colonialism into it, don't they? I mean, this is the independent after all. So that was always going to be linked back to being our fault.
our shock.
Things we modernized, they
Imagine.
clearly haven't. What was that?
Said my shock. Imagine it.
Activists warned the new bill risked an increase in violence in Pepe Julian Onzimia from Sexual Minorities Uganda, an alliance of LGBT plus organizations, said its members were fearful. Well, I don't blame them. When the law was introduced last time, it whipped up homophobic sentiments and hate crimes. Well, I mean, clearly to pass such a law to begin with, you must have homophobic sentiments anyway.
Not wrong.
Redford, I don't know why you corrected yourself there because you spelled Sped correctly.
Because when she put in her second statement, they already every damn thing else. They already spread everything damn else. Red Feather, it's possible it's possible to be spread by mosquitoes, but the odds of it are about as good as me sprouting a tail right now.
Hundreds of LGBT plus people have been forced to leave the country as refugees, and more will follow if this law is enacted. It will criminalize us from even advocating for LGBT rights, let alone supporting and protecting sexual minorities.
And there's the word. There's the one word that means the LGBT in the U.S. is not complaining against it. Refugees.
Are they really refugees, though? This count as a refugee?
Yeah, because when there are laws specifically targeting them, that does make them, political asylum seekers.
See, I always felt like refugee was like someone running away from war.
A refugee is just looking. A refugee, for the most part, is just somebody looking for a safe place, whether it be from war, from famine, from economic collapse, from whatever. The term refugees is pretty much what they are once they found the safe haven.
Mr. Onzia said 3 gay men and 1 transgender women have been killed in homophobic attacks in Uganda this year. The latest last week when a gay man was bludgeoned to death. Well, that's such a progressive, indulgent country, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're so advanced in us evil people in the West. All them evil Westerners, they ruin everything. Anyway, hang on. Also, like and share the stream because I mean, 5 people is that 6 people? Is that it? You can do better than
6 people.
that. RoboOp. Terminally ill scientist with motor neuron disease transforms into world's first full cyborg as he replaces body parts with machinery.
Mm-hmm.
See this video loads.
Hello, I am the future. I am the beginning of Beta 2.0.
You're fucking terrifying.
Of October 2019, Peter 1.0 will say his very last words. But by then I will be fully operational and I will come online. For decades to come, I will keep Peter's personality alive, and for all the time, I will continue to evolve, dying as a human, living as a cyborg.
That's terrifying.
It is. Looks like Stewie from Mad TV.
I'm scared. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. A dying scientist battling motor neuron disease has become the world's first full cyborg. Dr. Peter Scott Morgan, 61, was diagnosed with the muscle wasting illness 2 years ago, but instead of accepting his fate, he decided to transform himself into a robot and extend his life. And the Streamlabs not give you notifications. Give me a minute. Let's have a Streamlabs then. Also, man, do you have the link if you want to come on the stream? Because I don't have the alert box up. I could do it, but I don't have the alert box up because I either don't expect to get donation. All right. Go on, load. Load, will you? Load. Sure thing. Thank you, Mandy DG, for the £10. Scotty, you are a man's butt. Love, Mom. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But thank you, Mandy. Someone could explain to me what that means, and I would be thankful. He said he wanted to push the boundaries of what science can achieve, so he decided to extend his life to become fully robotic. Now he's known as Peter 2.0. A world-renowned roboticist. It's nothing now, is it? Roboticist. I don't fucking like this shit. Neither do I really. I don't like the idea of like robots being like having the same like intelligence as humans do. I think if a robot, your job is to like build cars and stuff. There was a female one that went off about the end of mankind. I think I seen that. Yeah, I think I remember Sinatra did a stream about that. Then I got nuked.
I think that was a strict robot, not a cyborg though.
I thought robots and cyborgs are the same thing.
No, cyborgs have a human component to them.
So pretty, because I remember, I think I seen it on like one of Sinatra's streams where that stream got nuked. It was a while ago we done it.
I remember. I don't know if Sinatra ever talked. I know. I don't remember Sinatra talking about it, but I've heard about it because the robot was talking about keeping somebody, like keeping her programmer in a zoo because she liked them. when the rest of the humans die.
It's kind of like Bender, isn't it? Kill all humans.
Yeah. The problem is nobody at that point they're just starting to realize that any kind of bias that that its programmers will hold, whether it be anti-male, anti-female, anti-human, anti-whatever, the robot will eventually figure it out, based on that initial programming.
Yeah, because a lot of them are programmed to learn things, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They're programmed to learn everything based on its original programming.
Well, the well-known roboticist who has had the muscle wasting disease for many years, has undergone a series of complex and risky operations. During his journey, including a lifelike avatar as face before he lost any muscle. The avatar is designed to respond using artificial intelligent body language, and he's explored eye tracking technology to enable him to control computers using his eyes. See, that's not really that unique, though, is it? That's the same. Stephen Hawking had a similar thing, where he was able to use a computer using his will, using like the movements of his cheek and stuff, wasn't he?
No, actually, I think Stephen Hawking was able to type.
No, he wasn't able to type. Not later on in life, he wasn't.
I'm not sure. I don't know the mechanics of it at the end of his life. Then I thought he was able to type to the point where they had a special keyboard for him that just had several whole words.
No, he had like sensors like hooked up to his cheeks and stuff, where like he was able to control the computer and stuff using his cheek.
That's pretty cool.
At that point, that was the only part of his body he could actually use. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Check your Streamlabs.
Yeah, maybe no. Okay. So we'll have to sing then.
I'll be muted.
Someone clip You Are a Man spot me so I can use it as my ringtone. Yeah, man, I'll clip it later on. I'll send it to you on Discord. Because me mind the mom now, isn't it? Cryptic. See, interestingly enough with this one, Cryptic, I can actually do a Cartman impression, so. Well, come on, bitch, the biggest bitch in the whole world, the biggest. Yes. Fuck's sake, right? I'm gonna do that again, don't I? Fucking Carl on. Thank you, Cryptic, for the £5. Well, come on, bitch, the big fat bitch, the biggest bitch in the whole world, bros. Stupid bitch, if everyone's a bitch, she's big. Still, they're boys and girls. On Monday, she's a bitch. On Tuesday, she's a bitch. On a bitch. She's just a dirty bitch. I got even added more because I fucked up. See? Thank you, Cryptic. I could have done my voice, but I feel like if I'd done that, I would have just got clipped. I didn't want to get clipped. I think I would have been clipped enough.
I think the term on that is no shame.
But probably back. Hopefully, he doesn't get kicked out this time. Because every time I add him back in, he keeps dropping out. I'll try again. Ended it for you. So, actually, that sounds wrong. Think about that. Sounds really wrong.
It sounded very wrong.
I was going to be leaving the group there. There's only 8 people in there. Oh, I probably should have said that on air. Things have gone shit. Ladies and gentlemen,
I
things have gone
see a
shit.
dashboard.
What the? Oh, yeah, crap his dashboard.
Yeah, and I can see he's following somebody too close. Naughty, naughty.
Well, um, um, the avatar is designed to respond using artificial technology body language. And he's also explored using eye tracking technologies, enabling him to control computers using only his eyes. And this week he underwent the final procedure in his transition, where he traced his voice for potentially decades of life. I think it should have been more than a decade of life because it's not real. It's AI. Surely it's never going to die. It's only ever going to die when the computer eventually dies. He lost his voice, but it now means he'll avoid the added danger of saliva potentially entering his lungs. Dr. Morgan Scott labeled the final procedure as the end of Peter 1.0. The post this week on Twitter, I wrote, "This is my last post is Peter 1.0. Tomorrow I will chase my voice for potentially decades of life as we complete the final medical procedure for my transition as a full cyborg. The month I was told statistically I would be dead. I'm not dying, I'm transforming. I love science. In a weird stance on climate change, I've typically myself to the top of Crowley's truck. Man, are you sucking the exhaust pipe? The movie AI really creeped me out. I have a pipe Mandy can suck if she wants that. Yeah. Dr. Morgan Scott, Torquay Devins added, "When I say cyborg, I don't just mean any old cyborg, you understand. But by far the most advanced cybernetic organism ever created in 13.8 billion years." Is that when the Big Bang happened, is it? Haley Joel running the words as a little roleplay in the way. I'm scheduled to become the world's first full cyborg. Almost everything about me is going to irreversibly change body and brain. It goes without saying that all physical interaction with the world will become robotic, and naturally, my existing 5 senses are going to be enhanced. But far more importantly, part of my brain and all of my external persona will be electronic, totally synthetic. It's like you're not a real person anymore, you're just a robot now. From then on, I'll be part hardware, part webware, part digital, part analog. And it won't stop there. I've got upgrades in process. I've got more upgrades in progress than Microsoft. Mine isn't just a version change. Version change is a metamorphosis. Scientists have been exploring and checking. You've said this like 3 times now. Come on, son, like, get a beer. He's also remarked to end. He also has a remarkable top-end wheelchair, which he said on Twitter is brilliantly engineered and allows him to stand, lie flat, and go fast. Scott Morgan Foundation, which he set up with his husband Francis, seeks to use artificial intelligence robotics, and other high-end technology systems. The transformed lives of those restricted by age, ill health, disability, or any other physical or mental disadvantages. Honestly, I think that's a good way to go about it, though. Well, Scully's mom was a lovely lady, a big, lovely lady. Do you want to fuck my mum by any chance? Although on his website, Dr. Morgan says vision is far from a dream. We were within touching distance of changing everything. I'm not dying, I'm transforming. This is a terminal disease. Like you've never seen it before. As far as I'm concerned, bring it on. MND began to bring me to my knees, and even as long as I'm locked in, I will be standing tall. When did cryptic and opinionated skills start to not get along? We never did. Cryptic's a bit weird, that's all. I think Cryptic's an autist, which I know coming from me is very bad. I mean, but still. Because there was somebody in the fucking chat that was going to say, oh, you're a fucking autist. Cryptic is just mad because Scotty is always sexually harassing. No, Cryptic's always sexually harassing me and then pretending and thinking out ways to kill me. That's what he's doing. I want to answer where you exit, Scotty. Okay, Cryptic. I think I'm going to join. I think I'm going to sleep with my buck cheeks closed tonight. Well,
we got to admit, Cryptic is 1/6 puppy. It did get let out the other day that that magnifying glass is actually to burn something like an ant or his hunker.
I thought it was to find his penis.
Sound like Cryptic needs some anger management classes.
No, Cryptic's just an autist. That's all it is.
Okay.
Which I mean, a lot of people think I am as well, but still. That's right. He's worse than I am.
Okay.
Yeah, Cryptic and opinionated Scotsman should bury the hatchet. There's no hatchet to be buried. It's fine.
That'd be a bloodbath.
No, Cryptic only. I thought Cryptic got a magnifying glass so he could see his penis. I mean, he is Asian, remember? Small penis.
Yeah.
Cryptic's walls are covered in candid photos of Scully with the eyes crossed out. Really? The eyes are like the only part of my body I like. Must say I have nice eyes, big blue eyes. Yeah. Thanks to high tech, I will talk again. I will convey emotion, and personally, I will reach you. Personality, and I'll reach out and touch people I love. And I will not be the only one. So you want to see my penis? I'm Scully and gay. No, Cryptic. I said you have a magnifying glass on it so you can see your penis because you're Asian and your penis is small.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you too can have fun with stereotypes.
Yep. What were we about stereotypes?
You got a man with a little penis and a drunk. Jesus Christ, what the hell's that? Oh, that's that dude again.
Yeah. Looks like a woman though, doesn't he? Oh,
No,
time
that
more.
looks like a guy who just sat down on the toilet plunger. He didn't know the word to freak out orgasm.
Come on, yeah, I see you. Go the fuck on.
Well, I never said I wanted to see your penis. Over time, more and more with MND. Extreme disability with old age, with asking somebody to break free from their physical straitjacket. Well, she used to stand beside me. Well, give me a state you what exactly doing any standing. Okay, that was harsh, wasn't it?
A little bit.
A bit low bro there.
No worse than me. No, if it helps, no worse than me 5 minutes ago saying it looks like he sat on a toilet plunger. So
And he just said he wants your hot penis. The fuck's a hot penis? You can just toss the tip, bro. Hey, Cryptic, you said you wanted to take me up the arse earlier. At least you implied it.
I don't know. To be fair, with the amount of drinking and vomiting you do from the drinking, you know, when he said he wants to enter where your exit, he might be talking about a blowjob. Okay, this went downhill quick.
And this was never up a hill to begin with. This was always down the hill.
Good point.
It's been like this since day one. In fact, they will me all start off fresh, and then after that, it just went extremely downhill.
It's Cryptic's fault. He started it.
Yeah, ever since Cryptic came in my chat, it's just been downhill spiral. Thank you, Mandy G, for the £5. I want to see Cryptic's penis. There we go. Oh, sorry, £10. Wait, what? No, £10. I can't fucking remember. I'm terrible at this. Yeah, it was £5 in it. Thank you, Mandy. Anyway. Where you exit is your mother's vag. Yeah, once, 23 years ago, yeah. But that was a very long time ago. And we will all stand tall, we will stand proud, we will stand unbowed. Well, obviously you won't, you'll just be sitting there.
I like that second picture. Oh, what are you doing? Just hanging around.
Anyway. Okay, I don't know.
Oh, we're going to hell.
Yep, yeah. And that's what I will enter. Okay, Cryptic. Florida man accused of giving birth to an alligator. Hello, Jen. Florida man is accused of inciting an alligator to bite his arm and pouring beer into his mouth after his friend caught the reptile.
Say what?
Thanks for watching my stream this morning. No problem. Thanks for stopping by here. Timothy Kepke, foreign, 27 of Hobe Sound, and Noah Osborne, 22 of Stewart, arrested on the 3rd of October, each charged with unlawfully taking an alligator, a felony. Why is that the only place where that ever needs to be written in the law? or just
I don't know.
because if that was the
Louisiana,
case,
Louisiana has its fair share.
if that was the case, Steve Irwin would have had a lot of problems. If this was illegal.
Yeah.
If he was in Florida, he wouldn't be able to do anything.
Well, to be fair, when they say illegally taking, they very well could be talking about illegally harvesting, which is killing it.
Yeah, they said they didn't kill it though. They just took it and fed it beer.
Oh. Oh God, alligators are assholes anyway. You don't want to feed them beer.
And those were crocodiles. Yeah, but still, still like Steve Irwin still held alligators as well. Yeah, man. I would quite happily take a few SCWs to bring back Steve Irwin.
Hell, down in Florida, if they catch you even feeding bread to an alligator, that's $1,000 fine.
Yeah, according to Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission report, a complaint was received in August about Kepke holding an alligator. A video apparently showed Kepke trying to get an alligator to bite his arm and giving beer to the reptile. After which the alligator reacted aggressively. Well, that's kind of what they wanted, isn't it? It also says they went to Kepke's home on September the 17th, and Kepke told them he was the person in the video. Yeah, they don't want alligators seeing people as a food source. Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, if you're talking about an alligator, that's kind of your fault, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. For 2 seconds. So. There's all stuff going on in Scottish, all play and wrestling. No, you don't. Trust me, you do not want to see that. I mean, well, Manny, for a start, you know what I look like, and I don't know if you know what Cryptic looks like, but yeah. I think Cryptic did actually show his face once, didn't he, in Peter's Discord? Yeah, don't go by the water at night, and you're highly likely to have issues with an alligator. KP told officers Osborne caught the reptile with his bare hands in Palm City on August the 26th. He said they later released the gator alive. KP had told officers that a couple of beers but wasn't drunk when the incident happened. A female friend was there when the incident happened. KP told the officers on September 21st, officers spoke with the friend who confirmed what Osborne and KP said. No, apparently Kipke didn't show his face in Discord. Okay. The woman told officers she thought the reptile bit Kipke because of his actions. And showed his tattoos. No, because there's not a picture of you in military uniform or something, isn't there? I don't know. That must have been some other Asian. Kipke and Osborne were arrested on October the 3rd and taken to Marvin County Jail, where they were released later on bond. Alligators are terrifying. One tried to attack my dad once. In Florida, it lunged out of the water to I abandoned my dad and ran. Well, you're a great daughter, aren't you, Mandy? Yeah, no offense tattoos. No, I know of anyway. No, I wouldn't show you how sexy I am. Boy 13 who's bigger than girls at skills sues Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson is facing thousands of lawsuits over its reproductive drug, which led to men developing man boobs.
Okay.
A man who grew bigger boobs than girls at scale is suing a pharmaceutical company over its drugs. Eddie Vial from Oklahoma has filed a lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson over the company's experimental drug allegedly giving him man boobs. Mr. Will, who has since undergone breast reduction surgery, claims the side effects of the antipsychotic drug were not advertised. He started taking Risperdal to treat his bipolar and anxiety disorders when he was 13, although he was unaware of the side effects. And one of the side effects caused was guy comatista. Man boobs are the worst type of boobs, agreed. Cryptic is a man of history. I've only seen his feet, legs, and asshole. Thousands of people are suing Johnson & Johnson over the drug mail report. Nicholas Murray, with an $8 billion, £6 billion payout from the firm on Tuesday, although company bosses are appealing the Pennsylvania jury's judgment. 6 billion, that's how did that not bankrupt them?
Nah.
Think it would, wouldn't you?
I mean, even if a judge were to give them the full amount he's suing for, I mean, for starters, all they got to do is show somewhere on the possible side effects that this may happen, and it's no longer the drug manufacturer's fault. But then on top of that is, even if the judge sides with him and then gives him the full $8 billion, Johnson & Johnson can actually pay it, and it ain't hurting nothing.
Hey, man, someone's sexy. Okay, good. The judge ruled nice titties, kid. I actually think the amount of compensation awarded will be reduced in the appeal. Probably should be reduced in the appeals. Looking £6 billion, but I'll quite happily take that drug for £6 billion.
Are you admitting that's the only titty action you'd get lately?
No, I don't have much shame left, but I have a little bit.
Come on, trucker, give him some confidence. He's turning against you, Scotty.
Everyone else is.
Well, Scotty, take the pills. Take the pills. Take the pills. Grow man boobs. Get on it and get on Twitch and be a thought.
I can be honest to say I'm a woman.
Trucker, I could go so far with this that statement you made, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
You're probably better off leaving it alone. 2016, survival now 26. So seeing an eye bigger boot than nice too.
Then Red Feather and I were in the same thought. The kid ought to just get on Instagram.
Aaron Pledger previously claimed autistic childhood breast was being prescribed the drugs when he was just 8 years old. No, I'm not for it. I'm kind of jealous of that woman that, like Belle Delphine, the woman that sold her piss. If I could get away with selling my piss, I would do it.
Scotty is not a thought. He's a singing monkey. Know the
Thinking it's
difference.
fault, man. Our son grew size 46 DD, size 46 double D. Fucking hell.
All right.
Those are pretty big.
You go, buddy.
And they're taking Risperdal. And was awarded 2.5 million pair according in 2015 according to People magazine. Johnson & Johnson have been accused.
Wait. Hold on. He's 46 double D. I feel sorry for the girl at the Victoria's Secret who had to sit and measure them. Sorry.
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson have been accused of aggressively marketing Risperdal, allegedly giving doctors promotion Lego brick toys printed with brand name of the chemical. It's also alleged. Yeah, it's also allegedly failed to properly to tell parents or medical staff about the risks of the drug. Johnson & Johnson has insisted that the medication helps patients. Maybe those also gives them tits. Probably shouldn't do this, but I really need a piss. I'm going to be right back.
Okay. So, Krabby, how's your ride going?
Going fine, almost back.
Oh, hush.
Another half hour.
You had a 2-hour start on me, and now you're going to have a 3.5-hour start tomorrow. No, you're not.
Nope.
Man, unfortunately, I got too many cars around me. I can't do the horn. Don't want to scare them poor little guys in their pickup trucks.
I didn't hear you breaking up.
Manny had said we ought to blow the horn, so I told her can't do it. Too many cars around me.
Yep. Let's see. If I catch it just right. There you go, Mandy. Anything for you.
Worst part is I'm actually going to have to bounce out of here in a minute.
Just cut your camera off. Hang your headset up till you get through.
There we go.
Yeah, maybe.
There we go. Sorry about that. I'm back.
Woohoo!
I'm wondering if I actually gained a viewer during that as well. I gained a viewer. Logic in this. Anyway, who's this? Here's one. Hello's. It's a really slim line as well, so I'm getting not bad out of it. One. Hey, we've been in 5 years physical relationship with Boeing 737-800. And it's physical.
Lady,
Yeah,
if you
Michelle
need a
Fulton.
Boeing 737, it ain't no hot dog down the hallway. It's hot dog down the hangar. I guess she's
Michelle-
proof that anything's a dildo if you're strong, if you're brave enough, huh, Crappy? Anyway,
Michelle Kolke from Berlin says the Boeing is very attractive, sexy, beautifully built and elegant, and she has a pet name for it.
Ich bin die Michelle und ich bin sehr in die Boeing 737-800 verliebt. Ich bin sehr, sehr verliebt in die.
And here
Und
fucking,
ich bin sehr
why'd they do that?
Michelle und ich bin sehr
Got the subtitles with them, yeah.
verliebt. Bin 100 Jahren. Weil er auch von Autonomie einfach am schönsten gebaut ist und einfach ein super schöner, eleganter Flieger ist.
Unlike regular relationships, Michelle is unable to spend quality time with her heart's desire, so she's found other ways to indulge her affection.
Damit habe ich nur ein großes Modell von ihm.
What the hell, man?
Und ein paar echte Bauteile von ihm. Ja,
I honestly just can't.
Eine ganz normale Beziehung miteinander Abend ausklingen lassen. Oder wenn ich ins Bett gehe, zusammen kuscheln und dann
You know, the worst part is I'd like to holler, lady, don't kiss that thing. You don't know where it's been. Problem is, I can imagine where it's probably been.
ein bisschen schüchtern.
That would be an effort, but he probably has tried it.
Mein Backen sind sehr durchgrenzen. So beautiful. Es ist wirklich so schön irgendwie an. Das ist so. Es ist so schön an.
Oh, Christ almighty.
This is why you bring back asylums. If she thought, is this why all the new Boeings are getting cracks in them? What's that sexy airplane's name? I'm gonna steal her man. Also, man is also one of the people who's interested in planes. A woman says she's been in a 5-year relationship with the love of her life, a passenger jet she calls darling. Michelle Foreign from Berlin, Germany, considers herself in a relationship with the Boeing 737-800.
So the problem is, I mean, how can she sleep at night when every 5 minutes you got Leslie Nielsen walking in her bedroom going, "Just want you to know, good luck. We're all counting on you."
And she must go to airports and just hate the passengers that go into the plane, just going get off my man. Michelle says she's very much in love with the aircraft for 5 years, and the relationship is very much physical. She said the 737-800 is very attractive and sexy to me. He's most beautifully built, and he's very attractive and elegant aircraft. Way to go, the German stereotypes about engineering there.
Cryptic, we want a book report on it.
Obviously, the joke of the story of Scotty's life. Yeah, we want a 2,000-word report, Cryptic. Written by tomorrow. And it must include references as well.
And 2 footnotes.
And a context page. Making it rain on the karma. And Cryptic, enjoy your film. Nicknamed the Boeing 737-800 Scats. Yes, which translates to darling. But unlike regular relationships, Michelle is unable to spend quality time with her boyfriend, adding a relationship with a plane is not easy and at times difficult. Okay. The thing is, this is weird though, because does this include just one plane or all the planes that are Boeing 737-800? Because I'm confused now. This is so many questions I didn't think I'd ever ask. Is it the landing gear? Well, unlike regular relationships, Michelle's in. I can only get close to him when I fly with him, or I can get him in the hangar, which has only happened once in my life. However, she found different ways of indulging in her affection. She said, "I have a big model of fiberglass, and fiberglass as well as real components from him, so I can act out my love to some degree." Also, by the way, I wouldn't want to Hopefully no one ever sits on that seat ever again because, well, obvious reasons. Might be a bit wet.
Especially if she's a squirter.
I mean, this is why I say bring back asylums.
As much as I would like to, I can't disagree with you.
Because this is just fucked up.
It is.
She showed BTV various pictures of her kissing the Boeing 737 and cuddling with components such as doors and panels. You could put her in asylum, but she'd try to marry it. Michelle's affection for the airplane is known as objectophilia, where a sexual or romantic attraction is focused on a particular inanimate object. Michelle doesn't see the physical side of a relationship with the Boeing as any different to humans. It blatantly is. She explained it's like a normal relationship. We have relaxing evenings together. We go to a bed, we cuddle, and we'll sleep when we fall asleep together. Okay. She realized he had
a plane, lady.
I mean, it's not even a plane; it's a model plane.
Yeah.
It's a toy, effectively. That's a toy. Okay, fair enough. Having an interest in planes, there's nothing wrong with that, but this is just beyond overboard.
It's creepy.
She realized she had a weakness for airplanes when she took her first flight in November 2013. In March 2014, she boarded this Boeing 737-800 and it was love at first flight. She said, I got so excited with boarding the plane. I realized I'm in love with the Boeing 737-800. Years later, Michelle finally got some quality time alone with her lover in the airport hangar. The first time we really met was in the 1st of May 2019. I enjoyed every millisecond with him. Oh my god.
Creepy.
My cheeks hurt from smiling. I'm the happiest woman in the world. When with him, I have everything I need. Well, I mean, what Michelle finds particularly irresistible about 737 is its winglets. When I touch the wings, I immediately get sweaty palms and get excited. Michelle's ultimate dream is to marry her darling. It's a fucking plane. Yeah, some lady married the Berlin Wall, and I saw another lady that was in love with the carnival ride she keeps in her backyard. I seen one a few years ago where there was a man who was in love with his car.
Well, there was one a few weeks. There was one a while back where a woman was in love with a bridge. Yeah. All right, I've got to mute myself. I shall be back if I can.
Okay, no worries. I said I want to marry my sweetheart. I live with him in hangar. It's just a special kind of love that doesn't hurt anybody. After an overwhelming day for Michelle, she missed her frustrations. She said, I wish I was more accepting in society. There's always some people who don't accept it. I'm simply different and I stand for my love to my 737. I used to use a strap on for it. Probably otherwise she finds like a bit of the wing or something she can stick her vagina, I guess. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really want to know. All on board. Like I said, I wonder if she gets jealous of people going on flights with the thing, though. That's what I wonder. And that probably happens. Yeah, does it come with its own battery? I have no idea.
People got some weird fetishes, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, the human fetish is fine, but like a plane,
No,
I don't get that at all.
me either.
I wonder if she goes to random airports to get some strange get some strange on the side. Maybe. I wouldn't know yet. We're not there yet. People would think she's a fucking plane watcher or something. The same with train spotters you get. Hey, speaking of planes, we have a Segway. Yeah. Segways on this show. TUI Airlines still issuing sexist stickers to children on flights. TUI Airlines has been accused of appalling sexism after its staff issued future captains to boys and cabin crew stickers to girls. Workers ordered the young boy wearing out a swab during a recent flight, and it was deemed the wrong ones, outraged customer said. Macron Rowe witnessed staff issuing the controversial stickers. Children from a flight to Newcastle to Antalya, Turkey. The flying with family, including Dara Isabel 8 and son Lucas 6. He told the Metro on the situation over the phrase. He said, in this day and age, the sexist attitude is absolutely appalling. I have young children and bring them up to know what they can be. They can be whoever they want to be. And for them, and then a big company like TUI uses these stickers. What kind of message does that send? I think it's supposed to be a bit of fun, that's all it's saying. Like, really, like that's all that sends there. I should know was traveling as part of a group of 20, including 11 children. He said all 6 boys in the group were handed pilot stickers, while the 5 girls were given a cabin crew as they disembarked. When 2 children swapped, they were told by a manager of the cabin crew they now had the wrong ones and had to change, he added. Mr. Monroe, chief executive of Scottish Athletics, has required themselves an equal opportunity. And everything we do is to show that everyone is equal, can reach whatever level they want. Well, no one said that you couldn't. It's just the fact of life is that, for the most part, men are pilots. Most men are pilots, and most cabin crew are women. That's what they're going by. Just accept it. People might just say they're stickers, but the message is the message. But it's the message that goes along with that. And stickers, and they shouldn't have made the news. Yeah, it shouldn't have done, but has to, because everything's sexist and everything's racist and all that kind of shit. The Gunfight TUI comes a year after the firm was forced to make an apology that the same stickers were handed out based on outdated gender stereotypes. They claimed it was a simple mix-up when staff boarded a flight from Bristol to Cyprus, issued the badges last August. Social media users backed Mr. Monroe, saying the 2019 gender stereotypes were so entrenched in being passed on to the next generation. If they don't want them to be such entrenched, then stop enacting them. Then they quit. The 1950s called, they want their stickers back. How many people have actually been on a plane when they had a female pilot? Not very often. Many airlines have been trying to step up the number of female pilots they employ. In the UK, about 4% of airline pilots are female, which is down on the global average of 5.18%, according to Airline Pilots Association international trade unions. So about 96% of 96% of pilots are men. So yeah, they're not really going. So yeah, they're not really going by stereotypes. They're going by what is fact, really. If I had a female pilot, I'd assume I was going to die right then and there. Yeah. British Airlines had the highest percentage of female pilots for UK firms at just under 6%, with TUI not far behind. A spokesperson for TUI UK issued an apology, saying we work hard to drive to diverse and inclusive. To be a diverse and inclusive business, and we would like to apologise to any customer upset at a sticker which had received in recent flight to Turkey. But future and pilot cabin crew stickers in on TUI blue colours are not designed for boys or girls, but for all children. We use stickers as a way for our crew on board to create special moments for our customers, and feedback continues to be positive. We realize on this occasion some customers are disappointed by this, and we will be working with our crew to ensure children have a choice of what sticker they receive. Really nice, not you're going by what's reality though, because you are, for the most part. Well, let's power through these articles while I can. Also, welcome back, Chucker. He's back in.
Sort of.
Is he back? Yeah. UK bans Scotland bans the sale of plastic cotton bugs in UK first. New rules have been introduced in an attempt to reduce plastic waste. Scotland has become the first part of the UK to ban the sale of plastic cotton buds. New rules will prohibit the selling of manufacturing of plastic cotton buds have been introduced to reduce plastic waste. Yeah, they think those banning like bottles and stuff. They said you create far more waste than cotton buds do. Environmental campaigners, the Marine Conservative Society, whose volunteers have been cleared up more than 150,000 cotton bud sticks from Scottish beaches over 25 years, have hailed the move as fantastic win for sea and wildlife. Because how do they know they've picked up more than 150,000? They counted every single one they picked up, have they? Like, really? And Catherine Gemmell from the group said, we look forward to more ambitious action from the Scottish Government, working with them on further actions needed to stop the plastic tide. The Scottish Parliament took the decision to ban plastic cotton buds back in September. The ban on the sale and manufacturing microbeads has been in place since June 2018. Scottish Environment Secretary Rosanna Cunningham called single-use products such as cotton buds wasteful, and they're blighting green spaces on beaches. The trouble is, how the fuck are you supposed to clean your wax out your ears now? I forget that feels a bit stupid to me, but there we go. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Circular economy. We're facing global climate emergency, and we've almost worked together to reduce, reuse, recycle to enforce sustainable future for our current and next generation. I spent that time wondering what the fuck a cotton bud is. You know what a cotton bud is? You said the year of it. Do you know half cotton buds in America? What do you call them then? Here.
Q-tips.
What?
Q-tips. Q-tips or cotton swabs.
Longbank's WWF Scotland director called the band Great News for Wildlife. We know plastic is suffocating our seas and devastating our wildlife, with millions of birds, fish, and mammals dying each year because of the plastic in our oceans. And Driver says he has a bad signal, we also assume he's probably back now. Nope. I'm all by myself now, this is fun. Well, I guess this is what happened when you're stream for a while. Yeah. Plastics are also finding their way into food we eat and the water we drink. So saving our oceans will require further ambitious action from governments and industry and consumers. Oh yeah, I guess so. Oh, anyway. If it says I'm by myself, this could be a risky move, but I don't care anymore. I'm going to put it in here. Why the hell though? Looks like. Can I copy and paste? I should have done. She's fucking down. What the hell? Why is it not? There we go. Right. This could be a terrible idea, but let's see what happens. See what's the worst going to happen here. Come on, look at big an article in. I think I may have exhausted all my interesting ones there. There you go, there's one. There you go, I'm not alone anymore. I was by myself there for a bit.
Oh, you need our company.
Yep. Scottish Muslim who sparked terror scare in Highlands to run for Labour MP. Former soldier Alec Tiffin was in court over text sent to a member of his boss days after the London Bridge attack, which read, "I decided to kill the unbelievables." A Scottish Muslim who sparked the terror scare in the Highlands is trying to become a Labour MP in the general election. A Labour MSP, I should say, I think, because it's the Scottish one, I think. But I think soldier Alex Tiffin, who admitted sending threatening texts, will contest his election in Ross, Skye, and Lochaber, a seat held by SNP Westminster leader Ian Blackford. Tiffin was in court in 2017 over a text he sent to a member of his mosque days after the London Bridge attack. So yeah, this is pretty unnerving, isn't it?
A little bit.
Prosecutor Roderick Merker told Inverness Sheriff Court, the first of these messages indicate he was drunk, but the third said, I decided to kill the unbelievables, followed by a text saying, unbelievers, and then saying, Allah Akbar. Oh, but you know the fucking Progressive Labour Party, they'll have them in, won't they? Yeah. Oh, so you're saying you want to kill all the non-believers? Yeah, you can come in. That's fine. We'll have you. We'll allow you in. Maybe send him to Syria. Yeah, agreed. Send him to fucking somewhere else. Somewhere where he's not welcome. Somewhere he can go. Last night, Tiffin said his offence was the result of mental illness. There we go. Play the fucking mental health card. That's the way I go about it. You do this really bad thing, oh, you must be mentally ill, then, right? Fucking prick. He said it was not a report I was never charged with a terror offence. Nor was it an attempted suicide by cop. And the press need to be fair when reporting people with mental health conditions. I don't deny I was wrong, but all I expect is accuracy and the facts were presented. Well, if that's what you wrote, then that's what you wrote. Then if they're presenting it as fact, then don't fucking use your excuses. Fucking mentally ill, man. I was anonymous in 2018 after displaying good behavior, being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and being treated, and being accepted. It was a genuine mental health crisis. Roger Webb, Tiffin's solicitor, said at the time there's no evidence of him being radicalized. And this came at a difficult time in his personal life. He's been given good news by his wife, and broke of a tenet of religion and got drunk. If he got drunk, he's not a very good Muslim, then, is he? At least not traditionally. That's when the mosque went. That's when the mosque when he properly went to the police. He told officers he was stupid and apologised to the court, police, and the mosque. I've also told the court I'm grateful for the Crown's conclusion that he's an idiot and not a terrorist. Tiffin, who converted to Islam, has written mental health problems and made to behaving in a threatening manner was an honest, effectively a verbal warning. He was not charged with terrorism offence. Sheriff Nelson told him, I take it the unusual step of acknowledging you. But that does not mean I do not regard this as a serious offence. Well, clearly you do. If you didn't, if you regarded it as a serious offence, surely you would charge him. Would you not have done? I mean, isn't that how that works? You've just been notified I didn't pass security checks. Police security checks, so will not be allowed into the Labour Party conference itself. Well, if you're not allowed in the conference, why are you allowed to run for the party? That doesn't make sense. Never agreed, and I'm not stupid. Obviously, you can't pass. You can't have a past anymore. And a wheelchair-bound freelancer who is never given a custodial sentence, never been arrested for anything other than breaching the peace, which I was an honest, absolutely discharged and had a mental health crisis. Tiffin is running to become the Scottish Labour candidate, once held by Lib Dem stalwart Charles Kennedy. Lyford won the constituency for the SNP in 2015. I won a majority of 5,919. Lost the verge, you don't have a shitty ass terrorist bastard idiot. Exactly, but that doesn't matter to them, though, does it? The Scottish Tory spokesman said it's hard to see why someone would appeal to the voters of Ross, Skye, and Loch Harbour, or anyone else for that matter. Hopefully it doesn't. That's what I was saying is barely anyone's watching, and seems nobody else is here. I may as well end this. So then, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll stream the same time tomorrow. Please like, share, and subscribe. You're all a bunch of guns. Goodbye.